Hi, I'm Rachel Saufley, and I'm going to be teaching a student the 3 tests associated with conscious proprioception. The goal for the student is that by the end of the session, the student will correctly perform 3 tests associated with conscious proprioception on the upper extremity with less than 3 cues. The learning or teaching method is the social learning theory. I chose this theory because as an upperclassman teaching an underclassman, I'm going to be a role model to that underclassman. Also, the student I'm teaching volunteered, so I already have her attention, which is a key component of the social learning theory. Similarly, this student is an education major, so she probably already teaches through role modeling and through this theory. So it's going to be something that is very similar to her and that she knows how to use well. Finally, the social learning theory works best in a social environment where there's interaction. And when I would perform these tests on a patient, it would be in this same environment. So the method I'm going to use is simply, I have a handout and I'm going to give that to her and ask her to look it over at the beginning of our session. I then will role model the activities on her with her handout so that she can follow along, and then ask her if she has any questions. She will then complete the objective by demonstrating these tests on me. The supplies I'm going to need is a tuning fork and the handout, and that's it. All right, so today I'm going to be teaching Hannah 3 proprioception tests. Hannah has already received the handout and has looked it over, and now I'm going to demonstrate all the tests on Hannah, and then she'll be able to ask me any questions. Once she's done with that, she's going to perform the tests on me. So Hannah, if you want to just take a seat here, get comfortable. So the first test we're going to be doing is the joint movement test. So with that test, I'm just going to ask you to hold out your hands, and I'm going to move your hand either up into flexion, which is like bending, or I'm going to move it straight, your finger, and that's extension or straightening. So basically I'm just going to ask you, am I moving your finger, am I bending it or am I straightening it? And you're just going to tell me which one it is. So I'm going to have you close your eyes for me, okay? And can you tell me, is your finger bent or is it straight? Bent, okay? And is your finger straight or is it bent? Straight, okay. And is your finger bent or is it straight? Bent. And is your finger straight or is it bent? Straight, okay. So that's basically that test. As long as you are able to tell me the correct direction, then you've passed. So the next test is called joint positioning, and basically all I'm doing for that is I'm going to move your arm into a weird funky position and try and have you mirror it with your eyes closed, okay? So if you could just kind of rest your arms out, I'm going to move your one arm and I'm going to ask you to match your positioning with the other one. Okay, awesome. You matched it perfectly, so there's no problem with that test either, and we're going to move on to the next one. So the last one is vibration. It's on that second hand up there. This one's a little bit more difficult because you have to use the tool. So this is called a tuning fork, and it's 128 hertz, which is the typical measurement we use. So what you're just going to do is you want to hold the tuning fork here at the base, and there's actually like a picture that will show you what it means. And then you're just going to hit it on the edge of your palm to get it vibrating, and then I'm going to just touch it onto your finger and you tell me when it stops vibrating, basically. So again, you'll have your eyes closed and you'll just tell me when it stops vibrating, okay? So if you could close your eyes and put your palms up. All right. And tell me when it stops vibrating. Okay, good. And we're going to do it on the other hand. Okay, awesome. So you were able to tell me correctly when the vibration stopped for both times. So again, you had no problem with your proprioception, okay? All right. Okay. So first you're going to hold out your palms, and then I'm going to either bend your finger or straighten it, and then you're going to have to tell me which one I'm doing. So if you could close your eyes. Yep. It's bent. Is it bent? And straight. Okay. And then you're going to do the other hand. And then straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then it's bent. It's bent. Okay. And then it's straight. Okay. And then
For the next one, I'm going to move your arm in just a random position, and then you're going to try to mirror it with your other arm.
Okay.
So if you could close your eyes, hold up your arms. Okay, good job.
Okay.
And then for the last one, we're going to use a tuning fork. So I'm going to hit it against my palm and then place it on one of your fingers,
Okay.
and then you're going to tell me when it stops.
Okay.
So close your eyes.
Okay.
Sorry.
It stopped. It stopped. Okay. Hannah, that was awesome. You did a great job. Thank you so much for being my student, and I hope you learned something today.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks.